Are camera filters necessary? Have you ever questioned the cost of filters for your camera lenses? Are you wondering which filter would be best for your situation? Well, in today's video, I'll be discussing the Canon Protect filters. I'll be talking about the purpose of these filters as well as the pros and cons of these filters. So stick around. Hi, Steve here. I've been a photographer for a few decades, and over the many years I've used many different filters on my camera lenses. I won't be going into the many special effects filters in this market at this time during this video, but I will be discussing the one filter that I do attach to my lens, or every lens that I own, and that's going to be the Canon Protect Filter. These filters are not inexpensive, but they are a lot less expensive than the glass they protect. So let's go ahead and get into the discussion. Well, let's start with a list of positive reasons to use protective filters. Their primary design is to protect the front elements of your lens from dust, dirt, scratches, moisture, and accidental impacts. They're designed for minimum light loss, allowing nearly all available light to pass through to your camera lens onto your sensor. They're also available in multi-coatings such as Canon Super Spectra coating, that is. This coating is used to reduce reflections, flares, and ghosting. They're also enclosed in a slim frame to minimize vignetting, especially on wide-angle lenses. The filter glass is often treated to repel water and oils, making it easier to wipe clean. Filters are often considered an accessory by many photographers to safeguard their lenses as well. And speaking of Canon Protect filters, they come in a range of diameters to fit different lens sizes, such as 52, 58, 77, 82, and 95 millimeter. Now with that said, let's look at the pros and cons of these filters. The primary benefit of these use of these filters is that they act as a barrier against dust, dirt, fingerprints, scratches, minor impacts as well. It's cheaper to replace the filter than it is to replace or repair a damaged lens front element. It's generally safer and easier to clean a filter than the delicate coating on the lens front element. You can be less cautious with a filter, and if it gets a stubborn smudge or scratch on it, you can simply replace it. These filters are also ideal for shooting in sandy, dusty, windy, or wet conditions such as beaches, deserts, construction sites, or even rainforest. This is where rain and water and splashes could damage the front end elements of your lenses. With expensive lenses, a protective filter offers a peace of mind, so to speak. This allows you to focus on your photography than worrying about damaging your expensive investment, your lens. In a high-quality clear Protect filter, it's designed to be optically neutral, meaning it shouldn't introduce any color cast, color changes, or affect the light transmission significantly. With the pros out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some of the cons to these filters. Flare and ghosting. Even with multi-coating filters, adding an additional piece of glass can introduce or worsen lens flare or ghosting, especially when the shooting is bright light sources or with the sun in the frame. Light can reflect off the filter surfaces and create unwanted artifacts. While high-quality filters aim for optical neutrality, any additional glass element theoretically reduces the overall sharpness and contrast of an image. This is true especially if the filter is not of high-end quality. This effect may be minimal and only noticeable with pixel peeping at 100% zoom, but it's a concern for consideration. Quality filters aren't inexpensive. While the cheaper than a lens repair, the cost can add up if you have multiple lenses requiring different size filters. Now with very wide angle lenses, if the filter has a thick rim, there is a slight possibility of vignetting, which is the darkening of the corners of the image. Now Canon's filters are typically slim to mitigate this vignetting. Now some argue that a filter won't protect the lens against a severe impact, such as dropping the lens directly on concrete, and this is probably true. And it might even shatter it into the glass itself, causing even more damage to your element. A lens hood is often cited as being more effective than means of protection of your front end of the lens. Again, this is your consideration. Now, in the past of the film day photography, that is, UV filters were quite common. However, modern digital camera sensors have a built-in UV filtration, making the UV blocking aspect of these filters largely redundant for digital photography. A clear Protect filter is used mainly for physical protection. To summarize, the decision to use a protection filter such as the Canon Clear Protect filter often comes down to weighing a peace of mind and practical protection against the potential of subtle image degradation. Now, for everyday shooting, many photographers find the benefits outweigh the minimal drawbacks. This is especially true if they opt for a high-end quality multi-coated filter. However, for critical work where absolute optical purity is paramount, or in a controlled environment too, some photographers prefer to shoot without any filter at all. The choice is yours. These are my thoughts about the use of protection filters and are subject to opinion. If you feel this video has been a benefit at all, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click the bell to be notified of any new video releases as well. Again, thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Steve. Later.